This is BS.
Hello and welcome to a BotSoakers hero tutorial. Today the focus is going to be on Thrall. Thrall is my favourite hero, to be honest, and he is so versatile. I really highly recommend anyone picking him up. He has got so much self-sustain, as in self-healing. He has got an escape with his E, which increases his movement speed. He's got CC, the root, the feral spirit. He has got poke damage, which gets very powerful at 16, by the way. He's got slows with that. He's got burst with his auto attacks, and on 7 that increases the burst with 15% of a hero's health. He's got 2 excellent team fighting ults, one really good if they have low mobility, another one really good for isolating or interrupting mosh pits, etc. And yeah, just the heal, the self heal that he has is insane. He's got wave clear. Yeah, he can follow up CC with the root. He can clear camps on his own. He is a hero that brings everything to the table, and he is really strong in any draft, to be honest. He's great in the solo lane. He can run with a team, and he has a few different builds which can work, although the most viable build I'm going to show you now is the Echo of Elements build. It's his Chain Lightning. Normally you pick Thrall into the solo lane, and you can be a little bit bullied early game in the solo lane, but he does very well against all of the solo laners as the game progresses. Level 7 is his big power spike, and 16 again. So early on you just play safe, you don't push the lane too deep, and you look to stack your quest. You pick Echo of Elements on level 1 and you stack it. We want to get 2 charges of that, and once we kill 20 enemy minions within 1.5 seconds of that hitting, we do indeed gain 2 charges, and that is so important going forward. You can pick Crash Lightning if rolling with the team. You can pick Rolling Thunder if they have lots of high health heroes, double tanks, etc. But having the 2 charges on this quest, when we get to level 16, it makes it very, very powerful indeed. So I would only in very outside cases would I recommend going Crash Lightning or Rolling Thunder, although they can be viable. Let's, for example, they have a Death Wing and you're solo lane against him, maybe Rolling Thunder will help to do that. And if you do, there's other options for picking. You can go Wolf Pack and then Alpha Wolf, which also gets 3% healing, 3% of target's maximum damage, if that's what your plan is. But for the most part, the best build makes a very versatile Thrall with lots of slows, lots of poke damage, good burst damage, great ultimates, and remarkable amounts of sustain and healing, that's self-healing I mean, and no mana problems whatsoever. We go Echo of Elements on 1 and we focus down on just playing safe and getting that quest done. We want it done by 4 minutes. That's really sort of the benchmark we're looking for. Mana Tide is important. You can go Frost Wolf Pack. It does reduce your CC, but it's not really needed. It can be hard to stack. Mana Tide just keeps Thrall in the game. It reduces his basic ability cooldowns, and it just gives him mana, and it makes him so that he doesn't really have to back often or tap much at all. And he can self-heal off waves and stuff really, really effectively. So Mana Tide is definitely the choice to pick there. On 7, Ancestral Wrath, this becomes his power strike. It's a great talent. You want to put it on a high health hero ideally, or you can just use it on someone that's dying just to finish the kill, of course, that's the most important thing. But early on a team fight, crack it on the tank, 15% of their maximum health over 15 seconds, and importantly you get healed for what, 150% of that. That is outrageous amounts of healing, and getting 2 stacks on the Echo of Elements as well just makes his trait shockingly good as well, to be honest. Yes, so level 7, when you've been bullied in lane, this is when the things start to turn. Once you've managed to stack that up, someone that's used to bullying you, you can then go toe to toe with them, drop that on them, and that's a big surprise for them. As I said, Earthquake is really powerful for empowering your team. The only time not to pick it is if they have really high mobility heroes like a Tracer, meaning people that can jump out of it easily, and you get reduced value for it. But at 20, you've got one of the best ultimates in the game here with the shields, 45% of everyone's health as a shield. It's just massive. Sundering's good for interrupting any mosh pits, or if you're low on CC in general. Good for charging in and getting picks on low health heroes. You can pretty much one-shot them with Thrall. You sunder and then you root. And you put your Ancestral Wrath on them, you chain lightning them twice and pop your Wind Fury, and that's a dead squishy, basically. Frost Wolf's Grace at level 13. It's so strong, and it's every 15 seconds, and it's like a 500 health heal just on the push of a button. And every time you push it, it gives you a stack on this. And this needs to be at 8 stacks to use, so it really helps to keep that stacked up as well. Even if you're at full health and you're outside of a skirmish, I would just push it on cooldown until this is on full stacks, because that's very effective talent, and it's great synergy there, and you just get so much healing from that. Thunderstorm, this is when Thrall hits his really big power spike and becomes really strong. It can be a little bit difficult to get used to putting the chain lightning. You can't put it on the same person twice, and there's a little icon above them which shows who was the last person you put it on. That can be a bit of a pain, but it pays dividends not to in the long run. It's got like 40% slow for 2 seconds once it's stacked, and it does increase damage, and it bounces everywhere. And don't be scared to put it on the fort, on the structures, on the wall, on the minions, instead of resetting it to the 8% slow, because the 40% slow is massive, and it allows your tanks and allows your team to go in and get a pick and an engage. And you can always chain lightning someone first, pop Wind Fury to increase your speed, root them, and then your team can follow up on that, and it's a great way to get picks. If you're just poking, it just does loads of damage over time. And on 20, if you go Earthquake, you go Earth and Shields every time, I would say. Sundering, I said, is viable. I'd go Wind Rush with that. It's a great talent, check it out. It's good for getting in and getting out, if you find out that you're struggling to do that a little bit. Yeah, so Thrall, my favourite hero, my highest level hero. He's such a versatile hero. The self-heal is amazing. Learn to stack his quest early. Just auto-attack all the different minions so they're all low on health, and then shoot one. And it will bounce over and try and kill as many you can with each stack. And yeah, good luck. But great hero. Brings so much to the table, and he's very easy. He's only got one skill shot, which is his root. And if you're holding that to follow up on the tank stun, that's easy to hit. So it's very forgiving. He's got so much self-heal, damage of an assassin, good health pool, CC, and escape with the speed, engage with the speed, slows on his lightning, heal off a button for 500 health, and then you're healing all the time off this chain lightning. Yeah, great hero. I recommend you pick him up. Yeah, get out there and cause havoc. So how to stack your queue. You do get bullied. Look, you get bullied in the early game. I can't toe-to-toe with Alphas at the moment until level 7. So that's unfortunate. I might miss out on it. I just want to pick up the stacks as I can like that, and make sure I run in, use my E and my W. I can root him and E. Stay mounted ideally as well. Losing the gloves is not the end of the world. Not ideal, but use my E to get away. Look, root him, let it out in a minute. The AI is ridiculous. But once you get an opportunity, you want to stack this as much as you can. So look to the heroes that it bounces kind of randomly. It's unfortunate as well, because it makes it hard to second guess who's going to hit next. Right, there we go. Can't pick up the stack. Don't forget, this is his Frost Thrall's resilience here. When he gets 5 charges, you get a self-heal. But look, if I just show you one chain lightning, it'll bounce across all of those. It gives you 4 stacks. You get the heal. So when it's stacks twice, it's twice. And you get healed for what, 250 at this low level. But just let him bully. If they come in to the towers, just have your route ready to. I mean, it's AI and he just walks in there anyway, but have the route ready to just like you would at the hackathon, just to catch them from going too deep into the towers. I mean, I can poke him, but I want to save my poke to get the stacks so I can get stacked as quickly as possible. Use the route to get away, so you've got an escape. Now look at the mana, he does lose mana a lot until he gets to level 4. It's a shame because in play mode he levels so slowly, but so it's really hard to see that. And they come back. F timers are so low. Back in seconds. Stack it up like that if you can. You get all the minions low and then put the Q across them. Don't toe to toe with this guy, like I said, until you get level 7. So let's just put it on level 7 quickly to show you. Mana won't be an issue now. You do need to stack this up. Right, we're level 7. Let's just so you would have 20 by now. You now got 2 stacks on this. You just need to get this up before we fully engage on Arthur's. But look, look how much self this guy gets, it is outrageous. Every 7 seconds he's pretty much getting 300 health back. Really I wanted to put the Q there so it bounces to the minions as well, then you get more stacks on the hill, broken so the tower's brilliant. I don't know why the AI is doing that, but right, one more stack and then we get our level. Right, now we've got our level 8. Our level 7, we've got 8 stacks on our Wrath, and this is when the number. I mean, he walks into the tower. I don't know why he walks into the towers. Oh gosh. Your reign is over. Anyway. Root that joker, pick up the XP. I want to drop the Q on the minions just so I get my stack. Right, ready? Yeah, we get 200. 220. It's unsustainable for someone to 1v1 you at that point. And when you get 13, you get your 500 heal every 15 seconds on this button. Yeah, so Thrall. Honestly, great pick. Really good hero. You've got CC, you've got escape, you've got poke, you've got burst, and the AI is crap. But the last thing, actually, I just want to show you how his level 16 talent works, Thunderstorm. You need to stack it up 5 times. To do so, you need to hit 5 a different hero 5 times in a row, and the one that is just hit has a little symbol above their head which you just saw, so you can't, if I use it on him again, then I'll lose my stacks, which reduces my slow amount back to 8%, and I don't get the bonus 25% increased damage. So I'll just show you there, put it on him, stacks back to 1, slow amount is 0. So that's, obviously, so basically it's really important to not, unless you're going to get the game winning kill, to not use it. Once you've used it on him once like that, do not use it on him again. And it's really it's like really tempting to just push it on them, especially if you're in the solo lane. So avoid doing that, and the way to avoid doing that is to basically use other, fight in the way. Put it. Even if I shoot the minions, it's still going to stack onto him. So don't be scared to keep the stacks and use it on other things like towers and walls. Look at the extra damage it does. It's going to do the extra damage to him as well. know, you can poke for so much damage before when you've got this ability on stacked up high. They're going to zone me out, which means I'm going to want to get in and fight around his wave, because it's going to bounce. I'm going to get more heals as well because of that. And as soon as I get my Ancestral Wrath, I want to engage him, crack it on his face, and that's how you just 1v1 people. You avoid them, poke. At this level you do loads of damage, loads of wave clear. You've got the ability to then, once Wrath is stacked, remember you've always got D on that. If I wasn't fighting, I would use D anyway, and it would charge this and give me an extra stat. See, that went up to 3. So you can use that every 15 seconds just to charge Wrath quicker. Right, but if he did go into Wolf and jump on me, I can always root him and use my speed. Root him, use my speed to get away, self-heal. Right? It's not like I'm getting like zoned so hard that I can't possibly compete, he says. Right, now we've got my Wrath up, so I mean, oh gosh, it's just, you know, you put it on him now, and I shouldn't have tapped really. I think I still would have quickly killed him, but so the point is, keep the stacks up, which I just lost to get the kill. Keep them up, because it's you just get so much more benefit from having them up than not. So keep them up. Use your D, and you stay in lane for days with this self-heal. Just keep rocking. There goes the. Yeah, good luck. Utilises 16, it's a massive power spike for Thrall. Especially when you're with a team, you can just poke. Just try to keep it on 5 stacks. Poke it on minions, poke it on walls, poke it on towers, poke it on gates, poke it on camps, poke on anything apart from the guy with the icon above his head. A clever strategy. Use your D to charge, give yourself a charge on Wrath if you're not fighting every 15 seconds. Helps you keep it charged up nice and quickly. Once it is charged, feel free to engage on someone, because especially on the 1v1 scenario, because once it's charged you're going to do them 15% of their maximum health, and you're going to heal for 150% of that much from the beginning, you know, from the off. So it just gives you such a massive advantage really. And you've also got that D, you can just push if need be. Good luck. Try him out, great hero. Sort the AI out. See you in the Nexus.
Please leave comments, share and subscribe, and if you thought that it was worth it, then give it a like.